Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome to this edition of Adrian College Softball here on ACTV. It's the Adrian College Bulldogs taking on MIAA rivals Alma Scots. 2 games in this Sunday afternoon doubleheader. Robbie Alexander here to take you through the action with my colleague Cody Alexander. And Cody, what a beautiful day outside for softball.
Finally, the weather has broken. A lot of games have been canceled for the Bulldogs so far this year. I don't have it with me right now, but definitely a welcome sight to see these ladies on the diamond today.
On the mound for the Bulldogs in game number 1, it's the freshman fireballer Rebecca Neal.
Well, she's actually a senior, Robbie, but she comes in with an 8-7 record, 93 1/3 innings pitched. Finish off 10 games herself, a 3.9 ERA, 58 strikeouts to 27 walks.
My apologies, Rebecca. I had her confused with number 6, that's Lauren Vale. Can't get my name straight.
It's okay, it's early.
You know, we get the mishaps out, and then once the game starts, we're ready to roll, and it looks like we're about ready to roll right now. It's the leadoff hitter for the Scots, Cassidy Tucker, stepping into the box, ready to start. First pitch from Neal. This is, or excuse me, a strike at the knees, 0-1. Zone lover off the inside of the bat. Rogers scoops it up and an easy throw on to first. 2 pitches in, and the Bulldogs have a quick first out to start the game. Up now for Alma, it's the center fielder Chelsea Schweiger.
Now batting the center fielder number 16, Chelsea Schweiger.
Second and third playing in about evens with the pitcher's mound. Neal fires a ball, 0-1. One sails outside, 2-0.
Schweiger hitting .326 on the year. It's 28 for 86. 2 doubles, a triple, 8 RBI, 20 runs scored.
There's a ground ball to Vantland at third. Quick 2 outs for the Bulldogs to start game number 1. It's going to bring up third baseman Mackenzie Creed. She steps in, lining up defensively for the Bulldogs. As we said, Rebecca Neal on the mound. Throwing down the signs behind the plate is Natalia Yonan. Infield, Paige Carberly at first, Destiny Rogers at second base. Taylor Vantland at third, Jamie Leitner at shortstop. Left field to right field, it's Branscombe, Young, and Bell. A 1-1 pitch. Ground ball fouled on the third base side.
Creed comes in, hitting at a .323 clip. 2 home runs to her name, 9 doubles, 28 runs batted in. She looks to keep this inning alive.
The 1-2 pitch outside and in the dirt, it's even at 2. One just inside. Creed works the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's a line drive past the diving Leitner and into left field for a 2-out base hit. Creed able to battle back, and she is aboard now in the first inning.
up and in pitch that she was able to pull her hands in. Send a screamer right past Vantland at third.
So keeping in the inning alive, that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Mary Brooks. She'll take a strike in there, 0-1. Ground ball right back to Neal. Easy toss over to first, and that will end the inning. Alma gets a base runner on with 2 outs, but can't drive her in, and we'll head to the bottom of the first inning scoreless. Tuned right here for Bulldog softball on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog softball here on ACTV. Bottom of the first inning, still scoreless. It's the leadoff batter, Jamie Bell, set to start things off against Alma Scott's pitcher, Katie McClure. First pitch from McClure, a ball in the dirt, 1-0.
McClure comes into today with a 6-5 record in 13 games started. Got a 5.71 ERA and 72 1/3 innings pitched, 69 strikeouts to 34 base on balls.
One. Just misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Bell. The offering slapped foul down the third base side. Lining up defensively for the Alma Scots. Like we said, Katie McClure on the mound, throwing down the signs behind home plate. It's Madison Peesh. Hilly at first base, Tucker at second, Creed at third, Schweiger at shortstop. And in the outfield, left to right, we have Martin, Schweiger, and Chapman. Excuse me, Terwilliger's at shortstop. I knew I said that name twice. Up now for the Bulldogs, it's the catcher Natalia Yunin. All in the dirt to start her at bat. The 1-0. At the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The junior Bulldog catcher hitting .321 on the year. Has driven in 8 runs, scored 8 herself.
There's another strike, this time on the outside part of the plate. Union in the hole now. It's 1-2. Payoff pitch. Fouled back, and Union stays alive.
That wind's blowing hard out to right field.
One gets up in the air. We might see a couple homers today, as Union hits that one up in the air, but this one's on the third base side. Creed can't haul it in. She'll stay alive. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes. She takes a close one just below the knees. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Check swing, popped up. Diving attempt by Peach, but she can't haul it in.
Nice try by Peach behind the dish. Just missed her outreached glove.
So Union putting up a battle here. She slaps that one into right field, and a nice running catch out there by Chapman to haul in the second out. Two down now. That will bring up the left fielder, Lindsey Branscombe.
Now batting the left fielder, number 8, Lindsey Branscombe.
First pitch from McClure inside for ball 1. Big cut there on that outside fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Branscombe, one of the top Bulldog hitters this year. She's hitting at a .333 clip. She's driven in 21 runs, scored 13 herself.
She takes that one high. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. If she keeps the inning alive, that would bring up the designated hitter, Brianna Collins. McClure coming out firing strikes early. One ball, 1 strike. Excuse me, 3 balls and 2 strikes. My eyesight's not what it used to be.
Not used to this bright sunshine.
I'm not. I'm used to the cloudy weather. That one fouled into the netting. Branscombe will stay alive.
I looked it up. The Bulldogs have had 8 games in April alone, either canceled or rescheduled due to weather.
I know we talked to baseball coach Craig Rainey on Friday. He said this is the worst spring he has seen in his 25-year coaching career, so that kind of puts in perspective just how miserable it's been. As Branscombe draws the walk, bringing up designated hitter Brianna Collins.
Well, we looked at the radar the other day. I think it's supposed to be pretty nice this week, temperature-wise. We might get a little rain on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember what day it was, but should be able to get any scheduled games in this week. At least you'd hope. This late in the season, you don't want any more cancellations.
I was going to say, if there's rain Wednesday, playing Tryon at 5 and 7 p.m., so hopefully the rain comes Tuesday.
Everything looking tip-top for the Adrian graduation, which is a week from today, actually. Projected forecast as of today is low 60s with no clouds.
I'm sure the seniors would like to see it stay put there as Collins strikes out swinging. Bulldogs get a run around with 2 outs, but can't bring her in, and we'll head to the top of the second inning, still scoreless. Keep tuned right here for more MIAA softball on ACTV. Top of the second inning here at the AC softball field. Still scoreless in game number 1 between the Alma College Scots and the Adrian College Bulldogs. Now batting for Alma is the catcher Madison Peesh. Pitch from Neal. Ball past the glove. Taylor Vantland in the left field. Leadoff single for Madison Peesh.
Now batting the left fielder number 25, Kaylee Martin.
Now for Alma, it's the left fielder, Kaylee Martin. Shows bump, but will pull back. 1 ball, no strikes. Martin will call time to have a discussion with her third base coach.
Martin hitting .351 on the year. She's got 2 home runs to her name. Driven in 16 runs. Only 4 strikeouts on the year.
In this situation, that's a good person to have up to the plate. She's trying to move that runner along here in the early innings. Shows bunt again. Lays that one down, but it's going to go foul on the third base side.
Tough pitch to bunt there, down and away. Below the knees, too.
One ball, 1 strike. Pitch, swinging away and a little nubber to the mound. Neal pounces on it, throw to first for out number 1. Peesh will move up to second base, so Martin gets the job done.
Little swinging bunt there, but nonetheless still does her job, gets the runner over to second.
So it's going to bring up shortstop Riley Terwilliger with her first chance of the day. In the dirt, blocked by Unin for ball 1. Hits the outer black. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Terwilliger, .323 average so far. 24 runs scored, has driven in 15.
It's the outer black again. Neal painting the corners. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Rebecca Neal. Just a smidge high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Team chance working early in this game. The 2-2. Swings on that outer one, grounds it to shortstop Leitner. Will throw on to first for a close play. It's out number 2. Peach will move up to third base. So with 2 outs now, that's going to bring up the pitcher, Katie McClure. Potential first run of the game, 60 feet away. First pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
As Robbie just noted, softball field considerably smaller than a baseball field, which is what we're used to calling. So a little bit of an adjustment up in the booth for us.
I apologize for any slip-ups I may have today.
And that's a point of contention, too. A lot of people think that baseball and softball is pretty much the same exact thing. That besides the basic concept, the 2 games vary they're pretty different if you really think about the intricacies of each.
Yeah, I'm not one to compare the 2. We'll probably talk about this later in the ball game, but for now, fly out to Bell to end the top of the second. So once again, Alma gets a runner on, but leaves her stranded to the bottom of the second inning, still scoreless. We'll be right back with more Adrian College Softball on ACTV. Bottom of the second inning, still scoreless.
Leading off for the Bulldogs. The bottom of the second inning is center fielder.
It's the center fielder, Courtney Young, in to lead things off. First pitch low, ball 1. Added challenge today, announcing and working the scoreboard at the same time. As Young swings through that pitch, 1-1.
You are a jack of all trade there, Robbie. Those of you who don't know, Robbie is also in charge of this whole production, ACTV.
Young takes that one off the helmet. She looks to be all right, though, and will take her free pass to first base.
Yeah, it was close. I think it might have got her on the shoulder. But still, that's up around the head. You never want to see a pitch go up in that area.
So now up to bat for the Bulldogs. It's the first baseman, Paige Cubberly. She'll take a strike on the outer half of the plate to start her at-bats, 0-1.
Cubberly 324 on the year with a 459 slugging percentage. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 13 runs batted in, and 24 runs scored. She's also only one of 2 Bulldogs with double-digit walks this year. She's got 10. Leadoff hitter Jamie Bell has, let's see, I just had it, 27 walks so far in the year.
Not only can she hit for power, she has the golden eye too, but she can't lay off that outside pitch. Swings through it for strike 3, and there's one out. Now is third baseman Taylor Vantland. Seen some hard hit balls down her way at third base so far today, looking to return the favor, but instead she'll lay down a bunt on the first base side. Out at first base. That will move Young up to second, now 2 outs. So 2 out opportunity now, 2 out RBI opportunity, excuse me, for the senior Jamie Leitner.
Interesting to see Vantland lay a bunt down in that last at-bat. Don't see a lot of teams putting on the sacrifice with 1 out.
That foul ball almost got photographer Mike Dickey down by the third base dugout. So he had to hit the deck, having a good laugh about it now. One high, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Mike Dickey, a pro down there. Does several of the Adrian athletic events, taking pictures for both the school and doing photos for the Daily Telegram. Very good at his job, too. If you haven't seen the pictures and the articles for the different contests, you should go on and see his work because he's very good at what he does.
He is. Most photos that he takes also featured on the Adrian College game day programs. So not uncommon to see his face around the athletic fields. That one fouled back out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A pitch from McClure, swings through that one, and once again a runner stranded. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning, 0-0 in this contest. We'll be back with more Alma versus Adrian softball here on ACTV. Nine 1-2 due up for Alma, top of the 3rd inning. Starting off with the right fielder, Bry Chapman.
Leading off for Alma on the top half of the 3rd inning is the right fielder, number 33, Bree Chapman.
Excuse me, Bree Chapman. Apparently I cannot read the English language today. The first pitch ball to start her at bat.
That worries me a little bit considering you were working on a paper all morning too.
That may be why I'm having difficulty understanding the English language this afternoon. That one finds the knees, 1-1.
Are you sure you applied it the right way in your assignment?
That's why I will was going to say I'll read it after these games, but if I can't talk during these games, then I don't know if that's the time I should be editing a paper.
And you got another one to write after this, don't you?
I've got several. That finals week crunch. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Neal, a ground ball. Diving stop by Vantland, but can't keep it in the glove. It's a leadoff infield single for Bree Chapman. Second inning in a row, the Scots put their leadoff woman aboard.
Baseman number 6, Cassidy Tucker.
We'll head back to the top of the Scots lineup at second baseman Cassidy Tucker. Grounded out to the second baseman her first time up. First pitch from Neal shows bunt. We'll take it for a ball. And a quick mound visit by Coach Ashley Marinaki. Making sure that her team has all the signs in order.
Well, we have a quick game break. We'll give you an update from over in Albion. The men's varsity baseball team is currently leading the Britons 13-1 in the top of the 5th.
I'd say that's a pretty good score.
The baseball team is 22-5 so far on the year. 16-2 in conference, definitely in the driver's seat in the MIAA standings.
Two balls, no strikes on Tucker. The pitch grounded to the shortstop to Jamie Leitner, but past her diving glove. 2 straight hits for Alma, and they have something cooking here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Center fielder number 16, Chelsea Schweiger.
2 nice attempts by the left side of the infield, but nothing to show for it.
Yeah, both of those batted balls just out of the reach of the extended gloves.
Second and third pulled in towards pitcher's mound. First pitch to Schweiger. Outside for ball 1. Timeout called by the Alma coach. Wants to have a quick word with Schweiger.
And with the pulled in second baseman and shortstop, as we said earlier, with the differences between the two games, that is something that you don't see in baseball.
Yeah, you'll see the corner shaded in, but you don't see them all the way even with the pitcher's mound, or in this case, the pitcher's circle. As Neal fires a strike on the outer half. Schweiger doesn't agree, but it's home plate umpire Scott Helmka said that her bat crossed the plane just a smidge too much. That one misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Just a smidge outside again. Schweiger works the count to 3 balls, 1 strike. Swings through that one. Full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Schweiger. Ground ball, foul, and she'll stay alive. Three balls, 2 strikes, still nobody out. And another ground ball foul. Schweiger putting up a battle against Neal. Pitch number 8. The ground ball, this one right to Vantland at third base. And Paige Cubberly can't handle the throw. Chapman's gonna score on the error. And Alma takes an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, just a little defensive miscue by Cubberly. Looked like she took her eye off the throw for just a second to check the runner at third, and the ball just ticks right off of her glove.
Schweiger will have to stay put at first base. Tucker moves up to third. So now runners in the corners, still nobody out. Stepping up now, third baseman Mackenzie Creed, who singled her first time up. Takes a strike. Schweiger off for second base. She is out, so mark it up for the first one. But Tucker will score on the throw. Make it 2-0 Alma Scots. Base is now empty, and I think Alma's A-okay with trading that out for a run.
Yeah, it looked like for a second that they had the cut play on, but that throw going through, Union nabbed Schweiger by plenty.
Strong arm behind the plate. Creed takes that one outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's a hard hit ball fouled on the third base side. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Neal in the dirt, 3-2. The offering to Creed inside, and she draws the walk.
Neal really working the inner part of that plate in that at-bat. A couple close pitches, but Creed with the discipline draws the walk.
So now designated hitter Mary Brooks, who grounded out to Neal her first time up. First pitch outside. It's 1-0. Neal having trouble finding the strike zone with the first pitch of every at-bat.
Really favoring that right side of the plate.
Another one outside. Excuse me, that one hit the black. I'm jumping the gun a little bit today. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. This one low, 2-1. Rounded right back to Neal again. She'll get the easy out at first. For out number 2, Creed will move up to second base, so Alma puts a woman in scoring position.
Betting the catcher number 32, Madison Lachey.
Looks like there's going to be a pinch runner for Creed.
That is number 8 taking second base. Outfielder Kendall Bird.
Ladies and gentlemen, now pinch running for Alma at second base is number 8, Kendall Bird.
So stepping into the batter's box now, it's the catcher Madison Peach. Bulldogs looking to escape the inning with minimum damage. First pitch, a big cut back to the backstop for strike 1. Breaking ball hits that outer black. Quickly in the hole now, 0-2. Payoff pitch. Fouled that one off to stay alive.
That one ticking off Union's mask. The home plate umpire will give her a little time to shake it off. There's a mutual respect between the catcher and the umpire. And throughout the course of a game, both will take a lot of foul tips.
You know, other one always looking out for the one who got hit is that one right into the glove of the second baseman, Destiny Rogers, to end the inning, but not before Alma scores 2 runs, and they'll take that lead into the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 2-0 Alma Scots. Keep it tuned right here to Adrian College Softball on ACTV.
Bulldogs.
9-1-2 due up for the Bulldogs as they have some ground to make up. Down 2-0 to start the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it's a bunt down the third base line. Hilly not able to handle the throw from Creed, and Rogers is aboard to start the bottom of the 3rd.
First hit of the day for the Bulldogs.
Back to the top of the Bulldog lineup.
17, Jamie Bell.
So right fielder Jamie Bell, who struck out her first time up. First pitch from McClure. Ball high, 1-0.
As I mentioned earlier, Bell has 27 walks so far on the year. For 426 on base percentage, only batting .241.
The 2-0 pitch. High again. 3 balls, no strikes on Jamie Bell. Here's the pitch. That one just manages to hit the outer black. Groans coming from some of the Adrian College fans, but fact remains, it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch from McClure. This one outside. Snap throw back to first. Doesn't matter as Bell draws the walk. Adrian has something cooking here in the bottom of the third. 2 on with nobody out, and that's just how we saw Alma start the top.
Elevating the catcher, number 34, Natalia Union.
Bring up the Bulldog catcher, Natalia Union. She lays down a bunt. That's fielded by Creed. She'll get the out at first base. The Union does her job. The Dogs now have runners on second and third with only 1 out.
At the heart of the order coming up, too. The Union does a terrific job of getting that bunt down. So now we'll see if the Heart can do their job, do what they do best. And that is drive in runs.
Table set for left fielder Lindsey Branscombe. She will take first pitch ball. That one high, 2 balls, no strikes. Branscombe walked her first time up. Another ball high. Shea just able to get a glove on it. I don't know, Cody's bobbing his head to the chance right now.
I don't think we heard that one when we did the last game. That was fairly early in the season, the last time we were able to come out here and call a game.
Developing some new ones. That one at the knees for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike on Branscombe.
Last game we called was against Bluffton. And that wild 18-17 shootout that ended in a Dogs victory.
Branscombe draws the walk. Just like that, Bulldogs 4 waffles in the 3-way toaster. It's designated hitter Brianna Collins trying to make a continental breakfast.
The batter is designated player number 7, Brianna Collins.
Collins struck out her first at-bat to end the first inning.
Head coach Denny Griffin calls a mound visit. Talk things over. First real jam that the Scots have been in today. Still only 1 out.
Well, we've seen both teams go tit for tat so far. Each side only putting about 1 or 2 base runners on with about 2 outs the first couple of innings. And now that we're in the third, bats starting to heat up under this afternoon sun. Alma in danger of giving up the lead they just gained. Stepping into the right-hander's batter's box now. Collins looking to get things started.
Only 2 RBIs so far in the year for Collins, but you got to think anything in the outfield will most likely score Bell on second. That would bring this game even.
Pitch from McClure. She swings at that high, cheddar back pick to first. Branscombe back in time. 1 ball, 1 strike on Collins.
Stray ball from the bullpen makes its way onto the field.
You got it, Sammy.
The 1-1.
Good eye.
Just a bit outside. Pitch from McClure. Big cut there. She'll go down on strikes. 2 outs now on the Bulldogs. Toaster still loaded. Courtney Young gonna try to put her chef's hat on, make this continental breakfast. She swings through that first pitch off speed, back pick to third. And Pichet trying to catch a Bulldog runner off guard early.
Yeah, last at bat tried to back pick Branscombe off of first. Have to be careful she doesn't actually accidentally throw it into the outfield.
One ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Fouls that one back. Young now in the hole, 1 and 2. Half pitch from McClure. Outside, even at 2. Now should Young keep the inning going, that'd bring up the first baseman, Paige Cubberly. 2-2. Outside again. Young works the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Last 2 pitches about 1.5 balls outside. Pichet trying to do the frame job, but just a little too far out.
Young will swing through that one, so the Bulldogs load the bases. They'll keep them all stranded out there. Can't scratch across the run, and we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Alma with the 2-0 lead. Don't you touch that clicker. We'll be right back with more Bulldog softball on your home for Adrian College Athletics. This is ACTV. Bulldogs get back to work here in the top of inning number 4, game number 1 of this Sunday afternoon doubleheader. 2-0 Alma. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Scots, starting off with the left fielder Kaylee Martin. First pitch from Neal. Fastball misses low, 1 ball, no strikes. Martin grounded out to Neal her first time up. The 1-0. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. This one just manages to hit the outer black. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Martin. Another one sails outside. Neal really favoring that outer part of the plate, but having trouble finding it. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Another one. That one just misses. Martin is aboard with the leadoff walk to start the fourth. I'll bring up the shortstop, Riley Terwilliger. Got it out to shortstop her first time up.
Now batting the shortstop, number 24, Riley Terwilliger.
Terwilliger. First pitch, again outside and low, ball one. Alma incorporating some drumming into their chants.
I can get into that.
That was over the loudspeaker for a second. That sounded extremely professional. It's like something you hear at a Tigers game.
Adrian band director Dr. Marty Marks might have to give her a call, see if she can join his drum line. Bring her over to Adrian.
They are depleted next year. I'm sure drumline instructor Scott Kretzer could use a couple bass drum players. 2 balls, 1 strike. So another fastball from Neil sails high and outside, 3-1. Pitch to Terwilliger, a ground ball to the shortstop Leitner. She'll go to second for 1. Relay, not in time. Adrian gets the lead runner for out number 1, but Alma manages to keep a person on base. The speed of Terwilliger avoids the double play.
Now batting is pitcher number 11, Katie McClure.
So now is the pitcher Katie McClure looking to help her own cause. She'll take a fastball in the dirt for ball 1. McClure flew out to right field her first time up to end the second inning. As she hits a little tapper again to Leitner. She'll flip to second for 1. Relay. Can't handle the pick at first base, but Carberly manages to recover in time. So a case of deja vu. Fielder's choice at second for out number 2. Alma still with a runner on first base.
Now batting is right fielder number 33, Bree Chapman.
So up now is the right fielder, Bree Chapman. So watch a strike on the outer half of the plate, 0-1.
Chapman singled back in the 3rd inning, scored the first Scots run of the day.
She watches that one low and outside. Count even at 1-1.
I've not seen too many balls put into the air by either side today.
Well, she just answered your calls. That's a drive into center field, track wall. And it's a 2-out, 2-run bomb for Bree Chapman.
I guess I can take that statement back. The pitch down in the zone. She just drops the bat head and sends it to the deepest part of the park.
4-0 Alma College. We'll head back to the top of the Scots lineup with that home run. So second baseman Cassie Tucker digs in.
A big day so far for the Scots 9-hitter.
Still early too, as we'll see how the day progresses for her. That thing was an absolute bomb, no question about it. Home plate umpire Scott Helmka having a quick conversation with the Alma third base coach.
That was Chapman's first home run of the year.
Absolutely no doubt. Fastball outside to Tucker. It's 1-0. I think it's safe to say that the Adrian fans at home are going to blame you for that home run. You jinxed it. That bunt attempt fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't know, the last couple of days, yesterday when we did the baseball games, there are 3 or 4 times where I made some kind of comment, and it seemed like right after I said that, what I had just kind of hinted at happened. So must have some kind of weird voodoo magic on me right now.
So for those of you at home who are upset that Cody jinxed that play, he's up in the press box right now. Come and get him.
I'll just have to make an offhanded comment about Adrian the next time they're up to the bat.
Ball outside to Tucker. Count even 2-2 here with 2 outs. The 2-2. Ground ball into the glove of the third baseman Van Land, and will throw on to first for out number 3. But not before Alma tacks on 2 more runs with that 2-run bomb off the bat of right fielder Bree Chapman. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-0 Scots. Tuned right here to MIAA softball action here on ACTV. Here comes the boom. First baseman Paige Cubberly stepping in to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Game number 1. The Bulldogs have some ground to make up. 4-0 Alma Scots. The first pitch strike to Cubberly. McClure continues to shut down this Adrian College lineup. Ran into some trouble the last inning, loaded the bases. Managed to get out of the inning unscathed as Cubberly will watch that strike on the outer half of the plate. Quickly in the hole now, 0-2. Stops that one foul out of play to stay alive. You know, our golf cart was parked there earlier, but I decided to park it just a little further back.
He could take a hit.
Could take a hit. The thing's a tank.
A little carry-all gets the job done. Not the prettiest, but it's quite functional.
Had a fun time in the snow this winter with it as Cubberly stays alive. Gets a piece of that high cheddar. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think we should be thankful that the cart doesn't have a windshield, because driving in those sub-zero temperatures all winter just makes this beautiful 59-degree day feel even that much warmer.
I appreciate just a little bit more, especially after the spring we've had.
We can even call it a spring.
Extended winter, maybe.
It's like the spring went to the Bahamas, decided to take a few more weeks off of work and just sit in the beach. Meanwhile, people back at the office, aka winter, needed to pick up the slack, and well, they weren't very happy about it.
This is Paige Cubberly, not very happy with that at bat. She strikes out looking on the outside fastball for the first out of the inning.
third baseman
So
number
up
2,
now
Taylor Van
is the third baseman, Taylor Van Land. Sacrifice bunt her first time up.
This is the 7th strikeout for McClure so far this afternoon. Bulldog hitters just not able to square her up yet.
And the number back to the mound. McClure all over it. Quick 2 outs for the Scots to start the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now batting the shortstop number 13, Jamie Leitner.
So up now is shortstop Jamie Leitner. Struck out her first time up. First offering from McClure inside for ball 1. That one low. 2 balls, no strikes. Only 1 hit so far for Adrian College. Still looking for their first run of the ball game. That one crosses across the heart of the plate. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Leitner. Fouled back over the press box towards the apartments. Count even 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Able to hold her swing. They'll appeal to the field umpire. And he says she went. John Montney has the final say, and that will end the inning. So we'll head to the top of the 5th. McClure continues her dominant performance. 4-0 Alma. We'll be right back with more Adrian College softball on your home for Adrian College Athletics. It's AC TV. Welcome back to Adrian College softball here on ACTV. The first pitch in the dirt for ball 1, 2, 3, 4 due up for Alma, starting with the center fielder Chelsea Schweiger. 0 for 2 today so far, grounded out in the first inning. Reached via the error her last time up. The 1-0 pitch from Neal. That one hits the outer black. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cruising through this ball game so far. We're about an hour in, already into the 5th inning. That one misses outside. 2-1.
Gotta say, I'm a big fan of both teams' stirrup socks. It's kind of a retro look that's making its way back into the games.
You know, some people don't appreciate it, but I've always been a fan. So another one misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike on Chelsea Schweiger.
See, I'm not a fan of the solid stirrups, but when you throw the stripes in there like both the Dogs and the Scots have, that's when I start to dig it. Just as Cubberly digged it over at first.
Great transition there. They don't teach you that in school.
Even though I said it wrong, it should have been dug. That's the past tense of dig.
Our English isn't stellar today, but we're making it work nonetheless. There's one out now on Alma to start the top of the 5th inning. Now up to bat, third baseman Mackenzie Creed. 1 for 1 today with a single and a walk to her name. Pitch from Neal. Off speed, and it hits the outside half of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Some more drumming incorporated with the Alma chants. So fastball outside. 2-1. That seems to be the storyline today. Neal, not very many pitches thrown inside, and I think it's safe to say less than 10.
Well, besides that home run by Chapman, the Scots have not made really solid contact. There was a few singles back in the 3rd inning that were hard to hit on the left side, but nobody's really driven the ball to the other way yet.
Another one outside, but misses again. It's 3-2 on Mackenzie Creed.
And when you have a pitcher attacking you on the outer part of the plate, you want to stay inside and just punch it the other way.
The 3-2. Ground ball fouled on the third base side.
Creed got an inside pitch that time. Just a bit out in front. It sounds like somebody's got a bike horn somewhere.
Bringing out all of the auxiliary percussion today.
I'll have to be careful. I know that the men in blue aren't huge fans of noisemakers.
Might actually be an NCAA Division III rule. As Creed draws the walk. Alma with the runner on and only 1 out. So now is designated hitter Mary Brooks.
15, Mary Brooks.
0 for 2 today so far. Both of her outs were ground balls back to the pitcher, Rebecca Neal. That first pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Soft tapper, the second baseman Rogers. She'll try to make the tag for 1. She got it. Another flip to first for out number 3. Nice play by Destiny Rogers to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 5. Still 4-0 Alma. We'll see if the Bulldog bats can come alive. Keep it tuned right here to Bulldog Baseball. First time I did that today. Keep it tuned here to Bulldogs softball on ACTV. Bulldogs getting closer and closer to miracle territory, as Gabriel Schrey would say. 6 outs left to play with, and they have a 4-run deficit to make up as Destiny Rogers lays a bunt down the third base side. McClure fields, and a nice play. Diving attempt by Rogers, but out at first for out number 1.
Gritty play by Rogers. She hits the dirt. I remember a few years back there was a big controversy about whether or not sliding into first base increases your chances of being safe or whether it actually slows you up. Can't say for sure what would have happened if she ran through the bag, but a nice try either way. Worked in her first at-bat, but just unable to get it in a spot where the third baseman couldn't make the play.
Bell takes a strike on the outside, evens the count up at 1-1. 0 for 1 today. She has a strikeout and a walk to her name. Claire continued to shut down the Bulldogs. That one a 2-skipper into the glove of Pichet. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from McClure. Tapper to the shortstop and past the glove of Terwilliger into center field. Bell aboard with a 1-out hit, second of the day for the Dogs.
Looked like Terwilliger had a chance at that ball, but the last minute just taking a little skip right over the glove.
So up now is the number 2 hitter, catcher Natalia Yunin. 0 for 1 today, flew out to the right fielder in the first inning, and back in the third laid down a sacrifice bunt. So watch that one skid across the plate in the dirt for ball 1.
Bell 5 for 6 so far this year in stolen base attempts. And not too big of a secondary down there.
Have to be careful. 4 runs to make up, so can't be careless. Not a lot of opportunities left to make up that deficit. The 2-0 pitch finds the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fly ball, but foul back near the hill. Now, yesterday was couch day for the Adrian College baseball team. 20th one. Tradition here at Adrian College, where the weekend before finals, students bring their couch out to the hill and bring the baseball game. Looks like there's a fair crowd out there today. A couple couches left over from yesterday. I'd say there's about 20 people out there. Hill in a good spot. It overlooks the baseball field and center field, but also on the right side of the softball field gives you a good vantage point. If there's 2 games going on at once, you're going to have a fun afternoon. As Union draws the walk, and the Dogs have 2 aboard with 1 out. And they'll try to get something cooking.
Yeah, well, you were setting up for this game. I was actually out there. I saw a couch. The club baseball team was playing a black and gold scrimmage, so I went out there, sat on a couch that had been abandoned, and like you said, a great viewpoint for both fields. I could watch the ball game in between innings. I'd look over to softball, check out the warm-ups. So a very, very nicely placed hill. Don't know if they added that. I'm sure it was there when they built these facilities, but it worked out in their favor.
Foul ball out of play by the left fielder, Lindsey Branscombe. Kind of gives us that minor league ballpark field. A lot of them utilize hills out in center field, left center field, and sell what's called lawn seating. So great tactic by the Adrian College Athletic Department. A great weekend for the Couch Day series as Branscombe wanted the high cheddar but couldn't connect. And she's in the hole now, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now the University of Texas baseball field up until the 1970s actually had a cliff in left field, and it was in play.
Instead, that's in and out of the glove of Chapman. Bell's going to score easily. Union hits the bag at third. An error on the part of the Scots, and the Bulldogs score their first run of the game, 4-1.
A little sinking line drive off the bat of Branscombe. And it looked like Chapman had a beat on it, was about to make a nice play, but just unable to haul it in.
Really the first hit or hard hit ball today by the Bulldogs.
First ball in the air as well, I think. That was actually in fair territory.
For a second, looked like it was going to split that gap, so even though it was an error on Chapman, able to hold Branscombe to first base. A pinch hitter now for the Bulldogs. It's senior Paige Van Atta looking to add to this game, make it closer than the score says right now. She'll watch a fastball low. 1 ball, no strikes. Paige batting in place of the designated hitter, Brianna Collins. That one finds the knees with 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from McClure, high, 2-1. Branscombe caught between. She'll go for second and get under the tag. Bulldogs, 2 runners in scoring position, still 1 out. I think, would you call that delayed steal? Very unconventional delayed steal, but pays dividends for the Bulldogs. It's a 2-1 pitch to Van Atta. Big swing, but can't connect, even at 2. McClure gets her sign from Pichet, the pitch. High and outside, and Van Atta works the count full, 3-2. The pitch. High pop-up. Pichet looking, but that's going to find its way out of play. Van Atta stays alive. The 3-2 pitch. Big cut there, and she can't connect. Van Atta down on strikes. They're now 2 down.
Looks like we'll have another pinch hitter, this time for the center fielder, Young. We get a number here. That'll be number 22.
Madison Buddy. So you heard it there from PA announcer Dave Van Giesen.
It's a good thing that he said that. I was looking at Alma's roster. Almost said the wrong name, but Madison Buddy looking to drive in these 2-out runs.
You should watch a first pitch strike on the outer half of the plate. As that one foul down the third base side, and she is quickly in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes.
Buddy 8 for 33 on the year, but she has driven in 9 runs. Would be big if she could drive in 10 and 11 right here.
The payoff pitch from McClure hits a ground ball right through the 5-hole of Terwilliger. And that's going to score another run for the Bulldogs, 4-2. So they cut that lead in half, and there's runners on the corners now.
Yeah, we saw it with the single with Bell. It kind of took a hop past the glove. It looked like that was the case again there. Another little hop that shortstop Terwilliger just couldn't quite get a handle on. Luckily, he didn't roll too far away from her. That would have been 2 Adrian runs had that happened.
Another pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. It's number 5, Kylene Wilson, who's looking to keep this 2-out train rolling. Branscombe on third base. Buddy on first. Wilson takes a ball to start her day.
Wilson 6 for 20 this year, 6 RBI, 6 runs scored. Excuse me, 5 runs scored.
Back pick to third, but Branscombe back in time. A flock of seagulls has overtaken the Adrian College softball field, and they're looking for a ball. They've become coordinated now. One of my favorite chants by the Bulldogs. 2 balls, no strikes on Wilson. Pitch from McClure. High fly ball, track wall. Schreiger looking, and that ball is gone. 3-run bomb for Wilson, and the Bulldogs have tied this game up. Excuse me, it was a 2-run bomb, but it is now 4-4.
Off the bat, that looked like it was just going to be a fly ball out, but the last second looked like it got a pair of legs and just ran right over the fence. Big hit for Wilson.
And I was right the first time. Scoreboard threw me off. Won't point fingers, but that was a go-ahead 3-run bomb by Kylene Wilson. Still all 2 outs. Bulldogs now looking to extend their new lead. Well, you were saying it earlier, if you get the ball in the air today, it has a good chance to get out.
Yeah, if you look at the flags, out in right field, still pushing and blowing out to center, right center. Third baseman Taylor Vantland up to bat now. 0 for 1 so far today. Shoots a line drive, foul down the left field line. McClure cruised through the first 4 innings. Now finds herself in some trouble and trying to get out of this inning with little to no more damage. She throws a ball in the dirt. It's 1-2 on Vantland. Pitch from McClure. High, 2-2. Vantland will foul that one back to stay alive. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4 hits now on the afternoon for Adrian. Before this inning, they only had 1 hit.
Like I said, the afternoon sun heating the bats up. Vantland hits a little 1-hopper to the second baseman, Tucker, and it eats her up and goes into right field. Vantland aboard with a 2-out single.
And Another late hop there. As Tucker lets it olay off of the side of her. And a few lucky breaks for the Dogs in this inning.
Another pinch hitter for Adrian College. In place of Jamie Leitner, it's Infinity Rogers with her first chance. Cody, you turned your microphone off, but I think we might have caught that anyways.
So it was a lot quieter than it would have
So
been.
bless you.
Small press box that we're in. You can't really escape it.
Got a little bit of an echo factor. Instead of a hit, they rule it an error on the second baseman. Tough luck error right there. High pitch, back pick, but safe.
It was a hard hit ball, but unfortunately Tucker kind of let it play her instead of attacking it and fielding it on a smaller hop.
Fouled back into the netting. 1 ball, 1 strike on Infinity Rogers. Another one high, 2-1. Pitch, high pop up. Pichet looking, but will give way to Hilly for out number 3, but not before the Bulldogs tack on 5 runs in the inning, aided by the 3-run blast to center field off the bat of Kylie Wilson. Led to the top of the 6th inning, 5-4 Adrian College. We'll see how Alma retaliates when we come back for MIAA softball action here on ACTV.
Adrian College is about it.
Adrian College answers in a big way. They score 5 in the bottom of inning number 5. 3-run blast by Kylie Wilson in her pinch hitting appearance. Bulldogs suddenly find themselves leading by 1. Alma will try to answer the call. Starting with the catcher, Madison Pichet. Another first pitch ball from Rebecca Neal. She hits a little bloop up the middle, and that's going to fall for a leadoff base hit.
Second hit of the day for Peach.
So up now is the left fielder, Kaylee Martin. 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out so far. I bet you're all wondering, with all those pinch hitters we saw in the last inning, who's in and who's out. Only 1 defensive change. That was Kylie Wilson will stay in at first base. But Jamie Leitner and Courtney Young retake the field. Ball outside. It's 2-0 for Kaylee Martin. Outside again. 3 balls, no strike. That one just hits the outer black. 3-1 on Martin. She hits a high pop-up. Leitner camped under and will make the catch for out number 1. Peach will hold that first.
Now batting is shortstop number 24, Riley Terwilliger.
Now is Riley Terwilliger 0 for 2. The ground out reach on a fielder's choice. But subsequently out the very next batter on another fielder's choice.
Both 6-4 on the play.
Case of deja vu. Fastball hits the outer half of the plate. It's 1-1. Another strike there. Was Neal doing a better job finding the strike zone. Still working that outer half of the plate. The 1-2. Ground ball past the diving Rogers and into center field. So Alma trying to answer the call. They now have runners on first and second with only 1 out.
Yeah, it looked like third base coach Denny Griffin was actually waving Peach around, wanted her to come to third, but she held at second, so a break for the Adrian Bulldogs.
We'll see if they can escape this mini jam. So the pitcher, Katie McClure, comes up to bat, trying to help her own cause. First pitch from Neal. It's the outside strike zone. It's 0-1. Another strike on the outside. McClure quickly in the hole, 0-2. Payoff pitch. Little nubber off the bat. Eats up Leitner at shortstop. Peach will hold at third base. And Alma has the bases loaded now. Still only 1 out.
Yeah, tough break there. It looks like Peach obscured Leitner's vision on that chopper running in front of her, but did not obstruct her from making the play. She stayed in the baseline, so there will not be runner's interference called.
Quick mound visit. Plumka will break it up.
It'll be ruled an error on Leitner.
Second error of the day for the Bulldogs.
Now batting the right fielder number 33, Bree Chapman.
Number 33, the number 9 hitter, Bree Chapman, up to bat. Not who the Bulldogs want to see. 2 runs scored today. Last at bat, 2-run homer to dead center. Watches a strike on the outer half of the plate, 0-1. That one misses just a bit outside. The 1-1. Inside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Entire Bulldogs infield playing in.
Gonna cut down the run. That one fouled out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch. Outside. Count now full, 3-2. Pitch. Number right back to Neal. She'll go to home for out number 1. Relay to first. Double play. 1, 2, 3. And Alma can't drive in any of the runs on the bases loaded, and we'll head to the bottom of inning number 6. Adrian holds on to their 1-run lead. It is 5-4 Bulldogs. And they'll look to add some insurance runs here. Keep it tuned to your home for Adrian College Athletics. It's ACTV. 9-1-2 due up for Adrian College here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Game number 1. 5-4 Adrian. Second baseman Destiny Rogers digs in. Katie McClure gets back to work. First pitch at the knees for strike 1. Rogers 1 for 2 so far this afternoon. Infield single. Tried to sneak a bunt there last time up, but was out at first. She finds herself now quickly in the hole, 0-2. Payoff pitch. Fouls it off to stay alive. Here's the offering to Rogers. Low and in the dirt. It's 1-2. The Bulldog dugout alive right now with the chance. High and outside. Rogers works the count back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 from McClure. There's a pop-up on the infield. Right into the glove of Tucker for out number 1. Back to the top of the Adrian College lineup. It's right fielder Jamie Bell.
Right fielder number 17, Jamie Bell.
1 for 2 so far. Strikeout, a walk, and a single. Should like first pitch strike.
Single in the 5th started off the big 5-run frame for the Bulldogs.
Thinks about swinging, but holds off. It's 1-1. Clear a different style than Neal. Able to throw a lot of first pitch strikes. Neal a lot of first pitch balls. Then it seems as the at-bats go on, it's Neal who's able to pound the strike zone more. Katie McClure looks to change that tune though. She has Bell in the hole, 1-2. The pitch tapped foul. Bell stays alive.
Another update from Albion. Adrian College won the first game by a score of 18-1.
Bell strikes out on that pitch for out number 2. It's quite a victory right there.
Are in line to earn the 4-game sweep of the Britons should they win this last game.
Up now for the Bulldogs with 2 outs. It's the catcher Natalia Unin. First pitch strike from McClure. Unin 0 for 1 so far. Flew out in the first inning. Sacrifice bunt in the 3rd. And a walker last time up would later score. She flares that one into right field, but right into the glove of Chapman. The Bulldogs go 1, 2, 3. Time to pay the piper if you're Alma, down by 1 heading into the final inning. We'll see if they can make a comeback and take the lead right here on ACTV. Last call for the Alma Scots Bats. We get to the top of the 7th inning, down by 1 run. And the top of the order set to start things off as pitcher Rebecca Neal looks to finish what she started. Getting into the batter's box now, it's number 6, the second baseman, Cassidy Tucker. Watch a first pitch strike on the outer half of the plate. 0-1. Might be helpful if I take the logos off the screen for the viewers.
As we said earlier, Robbie running both the scoreboard on the screen and also doing play-by-play, so it's a busy day for him so far.
Just a little bit.
But lucky for him, a certain producer will be strolling in here as he joins us, Nick Rizzo.
What's up, Sir Chance?
Looking to take a little relief off of Robbie. So Robbie will get him set. Count 1-2 on the leadoff hitter, Tucker.
Payoff pitch. Outside. 2-2. Adrian College crowd doesn't agree with it. The 2-2. That one slapped into right field. Bell giving chase, but it'll fall foul.
Tough pitch down and away. Nice job by Tucker staying alive.
The 2-2. Big cut, swing and a miss. She is down on strikes, 1 out to start the top of the 7th inning.
Our batting is number 16, Chelsea Schweiger.
There's a ball in the dirt. So Chelsea Schweiger's at bat.
Schweiger 0 for 3 so far on the day. A couple ground outs to third.
She'll foul that one off. Count even at 1-1. That one slapped into left field, but right into the glove of Lindsey Branscrum. And the Bulldogs now an out away from taking game number 1. Let me change the outs for you now. Monitor decided to go out. Technical difficulties, but nothing we can't handle.
I think now would be a good time to say that ACTV is completely student ran. Everything that you're seeing from the production to the announcers is completely done by Adrian College students.
Definitely gives all of us in the communication department some learning experiences, fixing things on the fly. That fastball flies out of the hand of Neal, but it's a ball. 2-0 on Mackenzie Creed.
Well, Creed's got 2 walks so far today. Singled in the first. Has not been able to come across to score, however, in her 3 at-bats.
That ball outside and low. 3-0. Pitch from Neal. Strike at the knees, 3-1. Seven hits for Alma. Creed looking to make it number 8. Pitch from Neal. Big cut on that inside fastball. Neal works the count back full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Creed looked like she wanted to tie the game on that swing. Trying to turn around an inside pitch. Couldn't get her hands quite far enough in.
The 3-2 pitch from Neal. Ground ball foul down the third base line, and Creed able to stay alive.
Well, Neal will have to be careful. She tries to go to the outer part of the plate on this one. Doesn't want to leave it over the heart of the plate.
The 3-2. Ground ball foul. Almost fair, but hops to the left of the line just before the bag. Creed not going down without a fight. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Neal. Line drive, foul. And that one had the distance, but is well foul.
You can't see it, but an excellent play by the Alma Scott's bus driver, bare-handing that hop when it went over the fence, sitting in his chair outside of the bus.
An excellent hop right there by Neal. She'll throw into first. And the Bulldogs secure the comeback win by a score of 5-4 here in game number 1. They score 5 runs in the 5th inning. The only inning they score in, but that's all they will need. It was capped off by a huge 3-run home run to dead center field by pinch hitter Kylene Wilson. So there you have it, folks. Adrian takes game number 1 of this Sunday afternoon doubleheader against the Alma Scots. Game 2 coming up next, not on this specific link, but if you go to the ACTV Twitter or Facebook page, or just stay on the Adrian Bulldogs YouTube channel, you can find it there. Next game will be up in about 20 minutes, give or take 5. But until then, this has been Robbie Alexander with my colleague Cody Alexander. Adrian takes game number 1. We'll see if they can take game number 2 and complete the sweep right here. And you're home for all Adrian College Athletics. This is ACTV.